Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to see data type, identifier and variables. Okay, so identifiers, you are going to have the same principle as in C and C++, where rule 1 states that we are not writing the variables with special, we are not starting identifier name with special characters such as this. Rule 2 is that you are not starting special character with numbers. Rule 3 says that the number could be, you are starting identifier name with letters of the alphabet, where number could be in the middle or at the end. And lastly, which is the most important one, is that when you want to have a variable, number 4, when you want to have a variable, it's better to name it with a separation of words using an underscore. Example, name of author. So this is a variable. Name of author is a variable. So you see that you separate the different words of the phrase name of author by an underscore, and this is a very suitable variable. Now, when having this variable, in order to declare a variable, you already know that to declare a variable, you need to use a data type. The data type which are considered in Java are: number 1, we have int; number 2, we have float; number 3, we have character, just the same as in C, and we have, in addition to that, we have a string. So the string is another character which could be considered. But as you can see very well, here you have int, float and char. All of them are being enclosed into a special, you see the color is very fine. The color is showing that they are actually data type, but the string is not a data type per se. The string is not a data type per se. But if I put capital letter as such, you see that it's not changing the color, so the string is not a data type per se. So you need to include certain classes in order for it to visualize a string. As we initially said, in C++, we needed to include the include string as such. In order for us to use string in C++, we needed to do this statement at the beginning. So it implies that the string is always stored in a certain file. So, and the same thing with here, string is also stored in certain file. So we need to import that file in order to use string. But the main data type that I'm going to use here are going to be int, float, and character. But string can also be involved and is easily used with this data type. So let's see a small example with this data type. But before seeing the example, we'll see a small brief view again on the data type. In addition to data type of the variables in Java, we need to know that there exists the keywords in front of this data type. There are 3 main keywords. We have public, we have private, and we have protected. So these are the 3 main keywords that can be used in front of this data type. Public means that the variable or the identifier is capable of being used by other classes which are not found in the main class. This is public. If I have a main class called my Java class, I have other classes called class 1, class 2. Now, if I want to use my Java class in class 1 and the word public is not on the variables of class 1, it implies that the class called my Java class is stingy with its variable. It doesn't want to share its variable with the other classes. So the word public is not there. So public, it shows that it is not stingy and shares all its variable with the other classes. The word private shows that it shares, it is stingy with its variable, and it shares only the variable. Even if you are in the same class, you are in the class of my class, you should only be a function for you to use these variables. In order for you to use this variable, which is named private, you need to be a function or a smaller person than a function. Example, you are in a house where there are children. A father has children, but the father says only this: if you have an age which is less than 10 years, then you are capable of taking this shoe. So the father is stingy to other people who have an age, though they are in the same house. Everybody in the same house, so we consider that same house as the same class. Now the father says that if you are less than 10 years, you can take the suite. So it says that the father is a slightly stingy, so it's privatizing to certain children less than 10 years. So people who are greater than 10 years are not going to have suites. So that's how it can be seen with private. So if you are only if you are a function in the public class, then you can access this private. Now protected is a little bit much more shown, is less stingy than private. Be protected, you can, if you are a subclass, everybody who is in that house is capable of using it. That's with the word protected. So all the functions and all the subclasses are going to use that particular that variable when it's said to be protected without any problem. Like similarly at home, if a child is living in that house, then he's going to take the street. So that's how we are going to characterize it. But since I'm not going to involve with other classes, I'm going to involve other class when I'm going to try to input the number, a value from the screen, and that's when I'm going to show you some how to do object-oriented programming. But yeah, in order to see the other parts or the other part of console programming, I'm going to show you in the public static void. So you have the keywords. In order for you to do, I'm going to first do the declaration and the initialization of variables. So you said that there is int a. Let's say int a is equals to 13. You say again int b. Now you say float b equals to 40. We have float b equals to 40 point, let's say 40.4.3. we have character, the character equals to, we bring it up, we say character d is the character, so character equals to d. We have string with a capital S. The string with the capital S is equals to, let's say, the shrwb. Now when you want to place in a string, you must place the double quote. Shrwb. That's a string you have. Now I want to print all this value onto the screen. Before we print, we need to know that the print ln is used to print and to go to the next line on the execution. So what will happen is that we are going to print and go to the next line. So here, instead of hello world, I'll come in and I write. So I will do this 5 times. I will copy and paste it 5 times. So I have copy, come down and paste, come down and paste. So that's 1 2 3 4 values. Come down and paste. So now I'll write here the value, or a, just a equals to, I put this, I go there. Now in order for me to retrieve or to take a value from the memory, because a is assigned to a value, 30 is assigned to a value a in the memory, in order for me to retrieve this value, I need to know that this is similar to count in C++, and it's seeing values with respect to their, you don't have to tell them if it is an integer or all, if it as in printf. So the println is directly visualizing it. So what you do here is that you can do plus. In order to retrieve, you do plus, you write a as such. The next thing, you come down, you write b equals to, you put a space, then you come out, you write plus b as such. Then you write the character. Yeah, I've forgotten to write character, and you have to note that the compiler, in order for the debugger here, is actually the Eclipse. Eclipse here, it gives you error by underlining on this when you see a red mark and these other ones here, you know that you have errors in Eclipse. So I'll write car letter, and here I'll write car name. So here it shows that showing now the errors have gone. All right, letter is let's do dot. I come here, in order to visualize the letter, I should put plus. I write here letter. Now the next thing is name. Put your capital letter. Name is, put 2 dot, name is, I put a comma, I go out, I place put, I add, and I put name as such. So that's the name. All this, and it's going to print ln. Print ln means that it's going to go out to the next line. So I want to tap it to the center. So I will tap it to the center. I will tap it toward the center. I will tap it toward the center. I will tap it here toward the center. Now I also want that it should decline a line from the top, or 2 lines from the top as such. I'm going to have this. When I have this, I compile. We say that select the resource to save. I want that it's still saved at my Java class. This is the file I want that is saved in. I do okay, and then some error shows up to me. So when I have this, I should change first this double, because it said that double float. So it does not consider 4.3 in Java. It does not consider 4.3 as being a float as in C++. So it converted to double. When you convert it to double, you run, you press OK, and it comes as such. You write A equals to 30, B equals to 4.3. If you want to see it in large, you just come and press here. As such, you have this. Now in order to visualize the other one back, you see these 2 lines, these 2 small lines here, come back to these 2 small lines here, in order to have all the other windows. In order to have this window, I just press here. In order to have this window, I just press here, and in order for me to have this window, I just press here. So these are the different windows I had, and I just press here. These are the main windows I had. So I have all these windows, and I have the STRBB. In order to visualize, I press here. So this is my small, this is a small shell. It shows the data type, identifiers, and variables in Java. So from here, Thanks for your kind attention.